So let's talk a little bit about the 2022 Pigeon Forge Rod Run. You know, we've been coming here 20 years, and you know, the laziness in the 20 and 30-year-old kids and non-handicapped people riding these scooters and golf carts around have gotten insane, in the discourtesy of people parking things for sale. And I'll call it pro row, you know, the professional curb stoners down here who, you know, put their chairs in the front row spots and their golf carts in the front row spots because they think they're entitled to some spot, you know, standing spots till their buddy gets back so they can park there. You know, it's getting out of control. And I had somebody get aggravated with me today because people will park their little scooters in both lanes and not let the cars that are actually cruising, because this is a car show. See, more cones. You know, everybody thinks they're entitled to these front row spots, which they are not entitled to. They're public spots. So anyways, it's very interesting. So this kid lipped off to me and thought he was going to be a tough guy. So you got a bunch of tough guys riding around on scooters. They're too lazy to walk around, but they're the toughest guys in town. That's why they'll mouth off to you. But then they stand in the middle of the street after they get out of their little motorized scooter and things like that, and you know, like, just no courtesy anymore. And you should respect the guys who are actually cruising their cars. But see, they run around on scooters because their cars run too hot to cruise, so they can't cruise, so they run around on scooters in the middle of the street. And like I said, then you get people who stop, want to look at a car for sale, and don't pull off to one side. Here, right in front of us right now, these two old dudes get off their scooter, leave it in the middle of the row so cars can barely get by while they look around and bullshit, and then want to get aggravated with people who are driving, have the nerve to do that. Look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And this has been happening all week long for 2 weeks, you know, just parking in the middle of the row like they own the place, you know. So, and then, like I said, get mad because I get upset because I'm cruising my car. So, you know, maybe people ought to use a little bit of common sense, not block traffic, not block the hot rods that are cruising. There's enough domestic turds out there that almost nobody can cruise anymore because all these people are too lazy. You know, the pro row guys come down here and they want to ride around on golf carts and scooters and look for cars to buy and inventory to take back to their state, but they have no common courtesy for the people who are here to cruise. So, and then want to mouth off and play tough guy with them. So people really need to maybe second think. Here it's happening again right up here. We're going to run into it again. People just sitting in the middle of the row. So, and then when you look at them funny, they act like they're badasses because they don't want to move, because they want to sit and talk and run their mouths on their scooter, and they're too lazy to walk around. But then the hot rods overheat because they don't want to do it. So this is what it's turned into down here in pro row, with all the, you know, and the seat saving, and this guy, you know, parking right here in the middle of the road. So you got to get close to the hot rods. So see, they just sit here, you know, right in the middle of the road. So anyways, this is what the rod run's turned into. A bunch of domestic turds and a bunch of inconsiderate a-holes.